Japan is really good at taking a very sad story and turning it into a movie. Most of these works I've seen as movies rather than novels. They're usually about adolescent students, and you know you're going to cry while you're watching them. Even with If Tonight, This Love Disappears from the World, I knew it was a sad movie as soon as I saw it, and I knew there was a good chance I'd cry. So I guess I should say I went into it with the intention of crying. I've seen a lot of sad movies, and I chose to watch them. The movie was about memories and reminiscences, woven together with a romance. I think one of the reasons why people are happy is because they have memories and reminiscences. We can reminisce about the past and be happy. What if I lost all my memories? Maybe I wouldn't have a problem with myself. Instead, it would be hard for the person looking at me, because they would have memories of me, and I wouldn't remember any of them. You both remember something you did yesterday, and you meet up today to talk about it, and you share the experience, and you build a memory that only you have. No one else can take your place, because you're the only two people who remember it, and there's no room for anyone else. What if only one of you remembers the memories you made together? The other person doesn't remember a single one. It would be just as hard for the one who doesn't remember and the one who does. You'd have to get to know each other and learn more about each other. And if you like them more and more, then you fall in love with them. It's not like you fall in love with them over time. You fall in love with them as soon as you see them. When you're in love, what keeps it going is the time and space that you've spent together. And things like that. Because if one of you doesn't remember about the other person every time you see them, it's like every day is new, but it's not. You have to keep evolving the relationship, and you're stuck in the same place. And if you don't know that, you'll feel sad and you'll think they don't like you. In the movie, Mauri Hino Riko Fukumoto has anterograde amnesia, which is a disease caused by a car accident. She remembers everything up until the time of the accident, and after that, she wakes up and doesn't remember everything she did the day before. This doesn't affect his daily life, but it does affect his relationships. Mori, a high school student, writes down the important events of the day in a diary. When he wakes up in the morning, he reads his diary to see what happened. Based on that, he can tell people he doesn't remember but knows about. One day, out of the blue, Toru Kamaya Shunsuke Mashita asks her out. She's being bullied by a friend and he told her he'd stop if she confessed to Mauri. She thought she'd be rejected, but Toru's words convinced her to do it. Their friends secretly film them and post it on social media, and they decide to go out. But Miura sets conditions. Don't pretend to know each other at school. Keep messages short. Don't like the other person. They agree and start a fake relationship. Toru doesn't know anything about it. Only Miura's parents and her only friend, Wataya Izumi Katona Furukawa, know about it. When she hears they're dating, she wonders if they're just using her, so Izumi joins them. When she realizes that they're not, they start dating in earnest. The movie is told from Yuri's point of view, with a Miura monologue in the beginning. In the middle, we get Toru's monologue. Toru tells us about his current situation. His mom died early and his dad is trying to become a novelist. His sister moved out of the house. As it turns out, she became an award-winning novelist in Japan. You could say it's a dream that Dad never got to fulfill. Dad wrote the novel to show Mom, and after Mom died, Dad was actually unable to write the novel at all. The second half is Izumi's monologue. I didn't think the movie was all that sad until about 20 minutes left, when Izumi, an unexpected friend, gives a monologue, and that's when the sadness really kicks in. I watched it in the theater, and you could hear sobbing all around. Naturally, that's when the tears started flowing. The title centers on Muri's inability to remember, and when Toru finds out, he pretends not to. He tells her not to write about it in her diary, because if she doesn't write about it, she won't know it happened. Only Toru remembers. From then on, Toru tries to make Muri happy every day. The happiness that Muri felt today is only for today. The next day, the memory of it is only in writing. The emotions are not there. The emotions were actually left behind. The movie takes a twist at the end. I knew it was sad what happened to Miura. But then they show Toru, who was always smiling and trying to make Miura happy. Would it be right to erase my memories from someone I really loved? Toru wants to do that because he really loves her. And he doesn't need to erase her memories for Miura, who will be sad because of him. From there, the story took an unexpected turn that brought tears to my eyes, because I had no idea how it would end. It was even more interesting because the male and female protagonists were so attractive.